Hello everybody, this is Backblast. Here we are on a new game called Gladiabots. Now then, I don't want you to look at this game and think, oh my goodness, this is dull, because this game has been one of my biggest surprises of the year, because it's one of those things that you can get hooked on. You can absolutely spend hours and hours just messing about with it, and it is good fun. And it's very, very simple. And again, I don't want you to look at it and think, oh, that looks complicated. No, it's not. It's very simple. And I'll just show you what's going on. So basically, you've got a team of 4 robots, okay, and you then use them to fight other robots and sort of score points as well. I'll tell you about that in a second when we get through to that bit. It's still a beta at the moment, so there's quite a way to go with it. But there's still quite a lot in it already, including a kind of not multiplayer, but a career mode where you fight against other people. So it's not quite live, but you do fight against other people's robots. I'll go through that a little bit as well at some point. But I'm going to start with campaign, simply because I can go through it nice and easy, nice and slowly, and tell you about what's going on. So let's start off with level 1, chapter 1 of the campaign. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change all this so that it's at the sort of default settings. Let me just change all these. Okay, so that's assault and training AI. Now I'm not aware that I've made any changes. Training AI, yeah. Change that to assault as well. Any changes to this? I'll tell you in a second about what's going on. Just bear with me 1 second, guys. There we go. Okay, so I now have a team of basic robots. Okay, so what happens is when I press ready, I've got 4 robots. There's 4 enemy robots on this side. We've got 5 minutes, and the idea is to score, because it says it's about scoring, to score as many points as you can. And you score points by grabbing these orb things and putting them in to one of these blue receptacles. That's it, really. And the way it happens is you have to program the robots. Now this is the bit I didn't want you thinking, oh my goodness, I've got to program stuff, it's going to be difficult. It's not difficult, okay? I'll show you a basic thing. So can we try and start a new one? Can we start a new one? Let's start a new AI, and we'll call this one Backblast, like that, and we'll call it Basic Trainer. Backblast Basic Trainer. Okay, so this is our new AI. So what do we want a robot to do? And what I'll do is I'll program one of my robots with this. So we'll do this. Right, so the way it works is, this is the name of it, and we want things to happen. So we can click and drag out to here, and it says, what do you want? Do you want a condition or an action? So we want a condition. So this is if this is happening, then do this. So we're going to say myself, let's say let's say we're not carrying a resource. All right, so if we're not carrying a resource, what do we want to do? So we're going to go to catch a resource. So we're going to catch the closest, and I can change this so I can put closest from this, closest to an allied base, furthest from an allied base. Let's just go for the nearest one to me, and we're going to catch a resource. So basically it's saying, if myself, I'm not carrying a resource, go and get one. Yeah, so what next? So let's say if I am carrying a resource, this bit here inverts it, so that is carrying a resource, that's not carrying a resource. So I am carrying a resource. then what we want to do is, if I am carrying a resource, I want to score the resource to the closest ally base. Easy peasy, right? So this says, and it always goes from left to right. It always works along. So it says, is this what's happening with this? Nothing. What's happening with that? Right. Okay. So what will happen with this? Backblast brace blah 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 blah. Backblast basic trainer. So I'm going to just set the team up so that we have one of them with the backblast basic trainer. Okay, and this will be the worst AI you've ever seen. And what I'm going to do is, can I just customize this, please, so that we know which one it is? Okay. So the one that's got the basic trainer thing on is the one that's purple. It's over there. Now I can't zoom in. The game sort of does it on its own. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to press ready and I'm going to press pause straight away. So straight away, my team started moving, that team started moving. Now remember, these other three have got a different AI programming. They've got the initial one that comes with the game. This one's got my programming in it. Now what we can do is, let's have a look at these. So these take you back out of the game and you can report a bug, or you go back to the main menu and things like that, or we can tweak the settings. These, you can restart the match. You can rewind the match so it goes back sort of 5-10 seconds or something. Pause, obviously, play, slow motion, which is quite useful sometimes, and then fast forward. The other thing we can do is we can click on this and it will take us back to the editing of the AI, which I don't want to do. I want to show you some more of the battle. The other thing we can do is we can click on the robot. So if you click on the robot, you can see a few things have happened. So it shows you where it's going. It also shows you that it considers this close, medium, and at long range. Okay, and then this is out of its range. So what's happening with our AI? So basically, it's saying this one not carrying a resource. Go and get the closest resource. So you can see the ticks next to it because it's doing that one. Off it goes. So let's press play, and it'll carry on, and it'll go and pick up this resource. And as soon as it does, this will change to this one. Watch, watch, watch. Let me slow it down. So it's about to pick it up. Picks it up. It changes to this. It says that's not true anymore. So it's now doing this. If I'm carrying a resource, score it to the closest allied base. Now, if I click on it again, it'll get rid of all that. So we can see what's happening. So our other robots are doing more or less the same thing. The difference with these is that they've got more programming. So theirs says if their shield is low, then run away, basically. If the enemy is at short or medium range, shoot them. And if you're carrying a resource, go and drop it. So there's more. That's attacking the closest enemy, and there's other stuff there for it to do. If you're out of range of the closest enemy, go towards the enemy, and that sort of thing. So it's got more programming in it. But our basic one is doing fine. Okay, so let's carry on with our game. Let's switch that off. So once he's dropped that resource, he'll go and get another. Now, as you can see, my team have started attacking. Right, there's another couple of things I need to show you here. So above our robot, there's some white bars, which is a shield, and then there's some blue bars, which is our health, our energy, if you like, our health. Once we've shot the white bars away, we start shooting the red ones. Now, if he goes out of range, or we decide to attack something else or pick something else up and we're not attacking him anymore, those white bars will grow back. The red ones won't. Once you've destroyed the red ones, he's completely dead. So they will go down slowly as we're shooting. So watch these guys. They should be taking his health away. Right, so if we carry on like that, he'll run out of red, he'll blow up. The other thing that's happening at the moment is all of the enemy team have decided to go for the orbs and score. So we've got this guy's already scored one. My chap's already scored one. I've got another one about to score here. And then there's three here going to score up here. Unless we can stop one of them. Can we get that guy? Nope. Right, so we managed to destroy the enemy guy there. They've only got 3 left. We've got 2 here getting bits, and these 2 are firing up at that lot. But they're going for that. If they score with that, they're going to go 5. We can't get 5. There's only 2 left here. 1, 2, 3 left on the board. If they get 5, they've won. So you can win in 2 ways. You can either get to 5, or I can destroy all the enemy. So they're going for these resources. All 3 of them are going for the same one. We don't need that one to score, or else we're in trouble. It's this guy that's the problem. See this guy? He's the problem. Right. So our chap here is now at a stage where he's not carrying a resource, but he can't pick one up because there is no resource to pick up. And he can't do that because he's not carrying a resource. He's got nothing else to do. He's just stopped. He's not even firing back because we haven't told him to fire back. Yeah, they've just beat us. Right, so let's try that again. So this time, let's change the AI. So let's edit the AI. And now our basic one didn't do that bad, but it didn't do great either. The one thing that we didn't get is we didn't have if the enemy is, let's say, within range. So I can either put at short range, at medium, or at long range, or we can do it like out of range. But if I click this, not out of range. So basically if it's in range, easy peasy. So you can specify different things for different robots, and I'll come on to there's different types of robots as well. So not out of range. Okay, we want not out of range. So if there's an enemy not out of range, so if an enemy in range, shoot it. We want to shoot it. Attack, and let's have the closest. Yeah. Now there are other things you could do there. You could put attack the one with the weakest health and shield, for example. But we're going to do that. Now you can make these more difficult later on as we go into it. We could, for example, say attack the closest enemy that is maybe carrying a resource. Yeah. We could do that. We can also, you can do things like you can copy these, so or duplicate them like that, and we can then go like this and like this, so that this now says if there's an enemy in range, shoot the one carrying a resource, or shoot the closest enemy, full stop. So he'll shoot the one with resources and then he'll go for the closest. It's pretty good, isn't it? Then what about if we're getting shot? We want to defend ourselves, don't we? Or at least we want to get away. So condition, myself, health or shield. Let's say if the shield's like that. If the shield is down a little bit. In fact, I'll make it like that. If the shield gets to 50% or less, then we want to run away, don't we? We want to run away. So move, flee from all enemies. Beautiful. Yeah, we're going to do that. Now, as I said, it does things from the left to the right. So there's no point putting this up here, because what it'll do is it'll go, oh, there's enemies within range, I'm going to shoot them. Brr, brr, brr. Even though our shield goes down, and it still does this one first. What you want is that there, so that if our shield goes down, the first thing it'll do is run away. It'll forget to shoot, it'll forget all this, it'll just run away. Okay. What do we need next? If not carrying a resource, do we want to go for a resource before shooting somebody? Let's move this out. I want to shoot people first if there's people in range. So if there's an enemy in range carrying something, shoot it. If there's an enemy in range not carrying something, then go for the closest. And then if I'm carrying a resource, go for the one that's closest, and then yeah, if I'm carrying one, pop it in the goal. If not, do that. But if I'm carrying something and an enemy comes close, I will shoot it, even though I'm carrying something. All right, so this is the basic trainer. Good. We've got that. Good. Let's try that then. So our purple guy should do something different this time, or at least he'll defend himself. Once it'll get to the same point, I think. So the guys have gone for that. Boom. Boom. He's got that. These two are going for this one. There's somebody in range. They're shooting. They'll go for the... Oh, no. It's just this one, isn't it? See? He's got one in range. He's shooting at him. Get rid of him. That's it. That's good. We've got one. What about this guy? We're going to get rid of this guy, aren't we? It looks like we're going to win this. He's coming back for the orb. He's got no chance. All of them dead. Now we can fast forward it and finish, but for some reason we managed to win that nice and easy. And the reason is this guy was shooting at the others. Hooray! Makes a nice change, doesn't it? Now what he's done is he's got nothing to do, so he's just sort of stopped. Let's just fast forward it so we get a victory. Whee! Victory! Hooray! So we could continue watching if we wanted to. You know, if sometimes there's enemy left alive when you've won by scoring, so you could carry on. You could show it again so you can have a look at what your AI is doing, or you can go on to the next one. Chapter 1, level 2. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my team, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a different robot in. So training AI, edit. I have got several different types of robot. Now these come with the game. This isn't something that I've made. These come with the game. This is your basic assault class. You can have as many assault as you like, okay? You can have all 4 as assault. You can have 1 shotgun. Now this guy moves faster, but he's weaker, all right, and he's very, very dangerous close up. So if he gets really close up to an enemy, he can really blast them quite a lot, but he is quite weak. We've also got a machine gun. Right, now this is a heavy. He moves slower, and he's got a machine gun. He's not very good at long range. He's good at short and medium range, but he is quite tough, and he fires at quite a good rate. The last one is the sniper. Sniper moves at a normal rate. He's very good at long range, not very good at short range. He doesn't have much armor, and that's the sniper. So we're going to put one of these in. Let's put a sniper in. We're going to put a sniper in, I think. Sniper, edit. Shall we put a different AI in? Now then, I could put... I have got some set up. I'll just show you this. Now, I'll show you this and you'll go, oh my goodness, that's complicated. It's not actually very complicated. What I've done is, where we've got the basic trainer, and already I've set up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things. With the sniper, whoa, that looks complicated. But I'll show you it to just show you what's going on. And it's only been created from... just adding a little bit and adding a little bit and adding a little bit. So this is the program it's running. So my basic trainer's there. This is my defender sniper, and I'll show you the program. So let's just click on here. Let's go on there. Right, so this is the program. Okay. Now it started out exactly the same with the basic AI, and I've just added to it, changed it. You'll notice at the left, it's still got the same thing on the left. If your shield's getting down, then do something about it. So at the moment I've got it set so if the enemy's got higher health and shield than me and is attacking me, then drop any resource you're carrying and then flee. Because usually when you're carrying a resource, it slows you down. Because it does, again, it does left first and then it goes on to that. So it says if that's happening, do that and then that. With this, it says if the guy who's shooting you's got lower health and shield, then shoot him back, basically. In fact, that's not right, is it? Attack the weakest health and shield enemy who is shooting me. Who is shooting me? So whoever's shooting at me, I need to shoot back. Okay, so what have I got next? If there's an enemy at short range or medium range from me, I've got some tags set up. I'll go through the tags later. These they allow you to choose an enemy and get all your robots to fire at one enemy. Basically, I've got them set up with some of my other AI. I'm not gonna go too much into that at the moment. What else have we got? If there's an enemy carrying a resource and he's within range, shoot him. If there's an enemy at short or medium and this says attack the weakest health attacked by an ally. So if somebody else is shooting at somebody, shoot at that one. And it's basically that sort of thing. And then you'll get to a point where I want it to do other things. So it might be that when there's 2 minutes left, I don't want it to do all this. And instead, I want to just go into the training AI program. So instead of maybe being a bit of a defender and keeping out of range and that sort of thing, I then want him to just do a normal AI thing of going and getting some resource because we're down to the last 2 minutes. Go and score. But I'll show you the difference. So let's have a go at this. So I think I've got it set up so if there's more than 4 minutes on the clock, it will head for the furthest enemy thing unless it meets some enemies. So it's heading for the same one as this guy. Here he is. See him? Now it takes a lot longer for him to aim, but when he does hit, he hits with quite a bit of power. Oh, he's actually tagged an enemy. See the A that's appeared above the enemy? He's actually tagged because he got too close to this guy. But you can see, again, you can see which bit of the program he's running. So it allows you to just mess about with it. Now, our old friend, the purple one, he's doing okay. In fact, the whole team's doing okay. They have scored, though. And they've scored 2 against our 1. We need our purple guy to start scoring. And what about these guys? Why are you not scoring? We need to maybe have a look at this training AI, I think. So it looks like at the moment our team is focused on shooting the enemy and then going collecting resources. Sniper's a little bit slower than the assault bots. But there's no enemy left. We're gonna score all these. So we are gonna win. 1, 2, 3 plus the one we've already scored is 4, and off they go. There you go. Victory! Right, so let's change the AI of some of the others. So let's have a look at the team setup again. So the Backblast Basic Trainer, I think we're going to put this one on as well. So Backblast Basic Trainer, this is our Basic Trainer. Let's just do that. Should we just do that? Should we make that one purple as well so that we can tell which one it is? So we've got 2 now with the Basic Trainer AI arm. So let's try and see what happens here. Let's go. So our 2 purple guys are immediately going for the first resource. It looks like all the enemy are going for the resource there. I've no idea what this one's doing. It looks like he's going for the same thing. What's going to happen now? Okay, so what you've seen here is these two are now running away. Got to a bit where it said the shield's at 25% or less. Run away! Okay, so they're doing that. And what they'll do is they'll run back until the shield builds up, and then they will turn around again and start doing whatever the next bit of the program is. So you see that one stopped. He's stopped now. So they've all got some element built in to say, hey, look, if you're getting shot, you run away, mate. I don't think my sniper's going to get there. See, my sniper's trying to chase this guy down. Yeah, he's not going to reach it, is he? And we lost. Wow, okay. So, let's retry, but let's change something. So, let's change this, our backblast basic trainer, okay? What I'm going to do is no backblast basic trainer. Let's change this. Right, so what the problem is, the enemy are whipping our arse. We don't want that, do we? We need to find some way of intercepting the guys that are taking orbs, don't we? That's what we need to do. So if, let's see, what should we do here? Let's try. So if the enemy is carrying a resource, what should we say? No, let's just change. I might change that. If the enemy is carrying a resource and is out of range or at long range, so he's carrying a resource, but he's at long range or out of range. What I want to do is I want to do something. I don't want another thing. Right, so what I want to do is I want to move towards an enemy that is carrying a resource. I don't want to move towards all of them. Move towards the closest enemy that's carrying a resource. No, maybe not. Move towards the closest enemy base that my enemy is moving to. Yeah, move towards the closest enemy base that the enemy is moving to. Right, so if there's an enemy going towards a base with a resource, move towards it. So it'll keep doing that until we're closer than out of range or long range, and at that point this will kick in. Right, so the way I've done it like this, because if I just put out of range, then what happens is what happened to my sniper in the last match. So what happens is, let's just say that this blue dot is the enemy's goal, all right? And let's just say that this is the enemy moving towards the goal, and let's say this is the sniper who was trying to attack it. What happens is it gets to range and thinks, oh right, he's within range, I'll shoot at him. So he stops, whereas this guy's still moving. So all of a sudden, because we've stopped, this guy now goes out of range. So it says, oh, he's out of range. So I'll go towards him again. So he goes towards him, gets it in range, stops, then this guy is still moving. So basically you never ever catch up and stop long enough to aim and fire. So what I've done with my new one is I've said, look, if he's out of range or long range, move towards the base. So as soon as he gets to medium range, it'll flick onto this. It's not going to work exactly as I want, because at some point it'll go to out of range again and it'll just have me moving in. Anyway, let's try it. Let's just see what happens. So this is Backblast Basic Trainer. Let's go back. We've got 2 of it on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's just do it and see what happens. So the 2 of them. So as soon as a guy picks something up, we will head for that guy. We'll be aiming for whichever base they're heading for. So watch them. There's 2 of them. This guy's going to pick something up. Boom, it's picked it up. They're heading for that base. But they've now started to engage. They're still trying to head for the base to head him off. My sniper's taking a bit of a pounding. Hey! Yeah, I think the right. So the problem is they've headed towards the base. And they've got there, and it's just then said, yeah, he's there. There's still a guy with a resource coming at you, but it wasn't programmed very well, was it? Alright, well, maybe we need to look at that, but we'll look at that in the next video. I hope you've enjoyed this look at this game. I mean, I think I've been 35 minutes recording a 35-minute video here. This is what it's like. You just get engrossed in it. But basically we've won that, but a bit of luck rather than skill, I think. So next time we're going to go on to this one, Chapter 1, Level 4, all in the next video. I'm going to change the AI for these because I'm not that happy with it, so join me for that. My name's Backblast. I'll see you next time.